Lamar Jackson decides not to play in the wild card weekend game against the Bengals. And I believe that if Lamar Jackson played in the game, the Baltimore Ravens would be moving on. The Bengals did not have a good game, and we'll get into that a little bit later when we recap it. Joe Burrow did not have a good game. He really didn't. For a guy that for the past 8 weeks has been absolutely dominant and nobody could stop him defensively, he just did not have a good game. And if Huntley didn't make that mistake trying to dive over the offensive line when they were clustering down the middle, I think Baltimore wins the game. I do not see the Bengals winning that game. But Lamar Jackson, obviously, Speedy, you've seen his posts. Do you have his posts up?
I'm loading them.
I want everybody to understand Lamar Jackson over the last couple of months has really been discreet about what he thinks about the Baltimore Ravens. He really has. Before the season started, he pretty much said his feelings, and if he didn't get a contract, he'd be looking elsewhere in the offseason. He is his own agent. They could franchise him in the offseason. It probably will. But his value is probably worth 2 first-round draft picks. And that's the value for a top 10 quarterback. Is he an elite quarterback? I would say he's right there. I wouldn't say he's elite, but he's right there between 5 and 8, 5 and 9 in the NFL right now. And if he does become a free agent or he does become available, I know a lot of people in Vegas thinks that the Jets are the favorites of getting him. I don't know if the Jets would be interested in going after Lamar Jackson for one reason. They would have to change their whole offense through Lamar. That whole offensive line could really be gone next year, except Elijah Vera Tucker and Laken Tomlinson. They might be looking for different tackles, different center, because you need a very athletic center and very athletic tackles. Now, Mekhi Becton, if he comes back and he's healthy, he is athletic. But we don't know how healthy he's going to be coming back. He is 370 pounds, I heard. He lost about 50 pounds. He wants to lose another 20. And then obviously Dwayne Brown, he's not as athletic as he was, 5 or 4 years ago when he was an elite tackle in the NFL. So Lamar Jackson, even though he could become available, I don't think the Jets would be the favorites of getting him. I think the Miami Dolphins, being that he trains out there in the offseason, he's from that area, it would make a lot of sense if Tua can't come back and he's not at 100%. 3 concussions in 1 year would scare you if you're an NFL team and would scare a player because brain damage, CTE, all the different things that we've seen over the years. We've had ex-NFL players talk about CTE and the concussions that cause those implications. So I don't know if, obviously, Tua will be back next year. Now, they have obviously an explosive offense in Tyreek Hill and Waddle, and then obviously Mostert, who had a very good second half of the season. He was as good as any running back in the league. Lamar Jackson would be a very interesting pickup for the Miami Dolphins if he becomes available. I still don't think he will. I think somehow Baltimore will settle with him. But do you have the information?
All right, so Lamar Jackson, and this was the deleted tweet thank you to the New York Post. When you have something good, you don't play with it. You don't take chances losing it. You don't neglect it. When you have something good, you pour into it. You appreciate it because when you take care of something good, that good thing takes care of you too, with a prayer icon. And then he also, on his own Twitter, this one's still up, he was also thanking a lot of the fans that were supporting and concerned regarding my injuries. He's still in the recovery process. PCL grade 2 sprain, on the borderline of a sprain 3 is what he says. There's still inflammation surrounding my knee, and the knee remains unstable. I'm still in good spirits and with treatments on the road to recovery. I wish I could be out there with my guys more than anything, but I can't give 100% of myself, my guys, and my fans. I'm still hopeful we have a chance.
It's very interesting if Lamar Jackson goes back to the Baltimore Ravens. He could look elsewhere. The Baltimore Ravens might want to part ways with him and try to find a quarterback that fits their way they want to run their offense. When John Harbaugh obviously took over, he was there, but obviously decided to move forward with Lamar Jackson when they drafted him at number 30 in the first round a couple of years ago. He had to change everything. He had to change the way he coached, change the way he wanted to run his offense. If you remember the quarterback before Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco, he was a pocket-present quarterback who had a big, strong arm. That's the way John Harbaugh liked to run his offense. If you remember Jim Harbaugh, that's the type of quarterback he was.